Hey there guys, this is Robin Hood and today I am bringing you yet another 2 versus 2 in Total War Rome 2. A lot of 2s there. This once again is going to be with my friend Acey on my team. I'm going to be playing as Carthage, he will be the Seleucids, and our opponents are Vale Ruzic as Macedon and Levile as Rome. And he was the Iceni player in the first battle that I showed you guys, which was the last thing I uploaded to my channel. But anyways guys, here you can see my army build. I've got 5 of these Sacred Band here. It looks like I have 2 pikemen units, 3 of the, I believe, Libyan swordsmen, an war elephant unit, and 4 cavalry, I believe. They're Carthaginian cavalry. But I will check the name of those in a second here. You can see my opponent's army, Macedon here. He's got 3 companion cavalry, 2 Cretan archers, mercenary Rhodian archers, maybe one of the mercenary archers units. There's so many names for the same type of units in this game, it's crazy. But he's got only 1 pikeman unit, which is his general, 1 foot companion, so that's really unordinary for Macedon, and then a ton of the thorax spearmen here. But anyways, we'll look at my cav first, since I was wondering. Noble cavalry. Okay, I know there is a Carthaginian cavalry unit, but there's those guys, very reminiscent of companion cavalry. They are a shock cavalry unit. So like I said, I have 4 of them, one of which is my general, the African war elephant. I've got my 2 pikemen units up front, followed by the Sacred Band and the Libyan infantry, slightly more stacked to my right flank. Acey here has 3 silver shield pikemen there, with a silver shield swordsman to back them up. Got a ton of cavalry here. These here are all Hellenic cataphracts, and he has got 6 of those guys, so very heavy hitting cavalry force. You guys can see this. And then he's also got a strong skirmishing component. I don't believe I brought any skirmishers. I have a very rush build, but he has got several Persian light archers, 4 of them there. Now our opponents are setting up on this slight rise up there where you can see the deer having a lovely frolic in the field. Don't know why, they just are. The Macedonian player here has deployed these little stakes, Sudes caltrops. Anyways, that pretty much prevents any cavalry charging through that direction, so that's actually kind of a good thing for them, considering how much cavalry my ally AC brought. But of course it is cavalry, it can maneuver, so just has to be careful not to go in this small stretch of land here. But up front he's got several archer units, 4 peltists, and 2 mercenary Cretan archers, so I was right with the first name that I said there. Those guys. There are those guys. Got those words all mixed up. He's got these hoplites here, and thorough spears. Several of them intermixed there, so it looks, I saw, there's the foot companions. 2 thorough spears out on this flank. Looked like he had 2 to 3 more in here. Yep, 3, and 2 hoplite units, and then the 3 companion cavalry, which I already said. And you can see these guys starting to skirmish a little bit here. Some of those arrows finding a mark. Don't think they've actually dropped anyone yet. There we go. One guy arrow back the head. That's not going to be fun. These mercenary Cretan archers are going to fire back, but they're starting to take some losses. And then my opponent, who was technically supposed to be Macedon, but the guy facing me here brought all Praetorian Guard. So he's got 12 of them. 12 of them and his general's bodyguard back there. So you guys can see we're starting to wrap around them here. Acey's opening up the battle with the skirmish over on this flank. See these guys firing away, and some companion cavalry moving out into the field here, and they are heading for this archer unit. when they see that that is going to be countered, they're gonna turn here and hit this Persian light archer. Do a little bit of damage there, but they are going to get hit in the flank by Hellenic cataphracts, and that is not something that they want to take place. Also here we've got another fight between Hellenic cataphracts and the companion cavalry. See those heavily armored cataphracts there. This guy is surrounded. He's going to take that guy down off his horse. Yeah, so very good cavalry units here. All duking it out. And the arrows still coming in. But basically that's going to save Acey's archers for the moment. And all three of those, or those two companion cavalry, are going to be taken out. This throw spears is in this conflict, but Acey's going to be able to withdraw his cataphracts without taking too many losses there. And he's also got these silver shield swordsmen coming around the back. And over on my flank, this is the one mistake we hit, that we made. If you see up here on the map too, we started spreading out this gap over here. This is bad because I can't support him all that well, but what I was trying to do was maneuver this way so that I am only going to be fighting the Roman player, simply because with this many Praetorian Guard, he's at a disadvantage if he fights me alone, because although these units are incredible here, he doesn't have any maneuverability, which I do with my cavalry and stuff, so I can use my lesser infantry force to overpower this just through maneuvering. With Macedon on his flank though, then his units might be able to actually stay alive and just kind of grind through me. But I do have these pikes up front, which is a key defense point there. Over here you can see this battle progressing. This Hellenic cataphract getting caught between what looks to be some throw spears and foot companions there. And that's just not a place you want to be caught as cavalry. So that is going to end that. Hellenic cataphract charge into the companion cavalry there. You can see they're going to start taking down these guys. And the infantry here, these silver shield pikemen trying to line up. These guys having a hard time of it and actually taking significant losses from javelins. They are kind of glitching out and they can't really line up properly. But those that rain of javelins is really hurting them. And over here all the men throwing their spears and all of that grand stuff. You can see the Roman players starting to move in towards me. Acey shuffling his cavalry out and around this way, and there is some combat between these infantry here. This guy here being decapitated violently, and there's another guy getting stabbed down by the silver shield swordsman there. Really, these guys are just cutting them up. There, once again, guys just getting massacred. But now here we're going to go look at my flank. You can see this unit here about to absorb a charge from these Praetorian Guard, and you can kind of see some of the skirmishing of Acey's battle way over there. But once again, these guys really just absorbing this charge just fine, because it is pikemen units being hit dead on, so even the Praetorian Guard are going to have a lot of trouble punching through there. And you can see I've got some Sacred Band coming in and helping with this fight here. And I've got all these guys in phalanxes right behind my actual pikeman phalanx there. This unit's about to get hit. And there you go. You saw one guy get just destroyed there. His shield went flying. At this point, some of my units charging forward here. Libyan infantry. This unit of noble cavalry is going to come in and smash this unit of Praetorian Guard in the back. And this Libyan infantry here is... Currently, I'm having a microlapse right here. Looks like they're going to go into the back here. Deadly volley of Pila in the back there, and they're going to charge in. And over here, I've got my cavalry just kind of stationed around the back. I don't want to charge these guys in, simply because them by themselves is not really going to help much. But you guys can see here in the center, the pikes along with the Sacred Band are just completely stopping that Roman charge. And even over here I've got the Romans surrounded, so there's not a whole lot that they can do there. This unit of Praetorian Guard that I surrounded, though, is actually holding out. Once again, just an incredible unit, and with backup of the rest of these guys, they're going to rout one of my units. So I'm going to have to pull my cavalry out of there. Over here on this fight, you can see a lot of things are on fire as some flaming arrows go in. One of my cavalry units here is dead. They charged in and killed a ton of these peltists, but they're going to get taken out by that hoplite unit. And Acey is currently maneuvering some of his infantry still alive here. Those guys still fighting it out, but he's bringing all of his cavalry over towards my flank. Over here you can see I have got more Praetorian Guard units surrounded. These guys are gonna continue to fight it out there. But overall, just a mass rout's gonna happen. Oh, I missed the elephant charge. My elephants charged into the rear of these Praetorian Guard and really just kind of made a mess of things there. But that's gonna pretty much start the mass rout of the Roman lines. And over here, this Roman unit now taking a Hellenic cataphract charge as well. These guys are just not in a good spot as they fight some of my sacred band. Watching some of that combat there. But if we go to the overhead, you can see my side's been pretty much won. I'm maneuvering my army now more over this way, lining up, preparing to fight what is left of Macedonia. There is still a significant Seleucid cavalry force left, and that is not something to be messed with. Look at this, it is levitating man of the sky. There he is God, which somehow died in battle. But yeah, that aside, the floating dudes aside, what's left of Macedon is just the infantry force, and Acey's got a lot of his cavalry left, which is the most dangerous thing he could have left, because I've still got a massive infantry force. I mean, alone I could win this battle at this point. It's just a lot easier now with the Hellenic cataphracts free to hit anything that I fight in the back. And here comes this one unit of Praetorian Guard. They're gonna charge in towards my sacred band. Fight some guys there. Some of them getting taken down, and you can also see the spears raining in from these peltists. And here comes my all my cavalry and my elephants out on this flank. But what Macedon's doing is they are setting up kind of here in the middle. They do have skirmishing, which I don't, which is a disadvantage for me at this point in time, although these guys here are pretty much out of ammo, and I think they did run out here, which is why they are withdrawing. The reason Macedon's setting up here is because of these deployables here, which gives him a little bit of protection from cavalry. At least at this point in time, mostly from this side. Either way, it's not going to be enough to completely save him from any cavalry, since both Acey and I do have cavalry. Over here, these guys are still fighting it out. That's a pretty even fight at the moment. There goes one of my guys. Try to get some nice close-ups here. That guy just getting destroyed. Those guys are just going at it right there. And that unit's actually going to successfully rout my sacred band, which I did not think would happen, so I did not send in any backup there. And these guys are going to now charge in on the flank of this unit. And this unit here will be able to take out what's left of these Praetorian Guard here. I've still got my pikes up front. And this unit of thorough spears is getting obliterated by my noble cavalry there. And my elephants are coming forward. And they're going to get ready to attack these hoplites. And you can see all of Acey's cavalry maneuvering around the back here. They had to be careful moving around. You can see some of them did accidentally run into these spikes and get killed, and that is why Macedon set that up the way they did there. But now at this point, these Romans, I I swear this has to be bugged. These guys have to have routed, because I do not remember them sticking around this long. Rome was completely wiped off the field, and he quit from the game. So this is a little bit of a bug here. You can see my one man standing against these guys alone. See how he does. Nope. He might be going down here. Yep, there he goes. Poor soul. But it's at this point, that unit does not exist. Everything's moving in here. My elephants just charged in and completely obliterated this hoplite unit. And here comes some more thorough spears. Everything's going to charge in. Acey's cavalry's coming around in the back. And that's going to be it. Macedon's going to completely rout there. And so the game ends. So that's another 2v2 battle. We're going to have to wait a second, it seems, because the replays are not ending super swiftly here at this point in time. So there's the aftermath of the battle. You can see this guy here, like, falling down. See if there's anyone getting stabbed at this moment in time. These guys duking it out. That guy's in a funny position. This is kind of a fun game while we wait for the actual replay to end, which I guess doesn't really matter. There's not really anything to look at here, actually. There we go. But once again, guys, this is Robin Hood. Thank you all for watching. That was me and Acey versus Vale, Ruzik, and Levile. And I've got one more 2v2 for you guys with Acey that I will be showing a little bit later. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time with more.